Matt Upshaw. I'm on staff at Emmanuel United Methodist Church in Laurel, and there I am part-time, and I am the Children's and Communications Minister. And so I've been part of the Wesleyan Innovation Hub team at Emmanuel for about a year and a half or so. So I wasn't there from the very beginning, but I do know that from the beginning, we had big ideas. We were dreaming big. We were coming up with all kinds of stuff. I think we had over 100 ideas on our initial brainstorm list. So we thought from the very beginning, if we were going to do this, we needed to go big and come up with all kinds of new things that we could try and do in the spirit of innovation. So that's what we did. And eventually we boiled down our list of over 100 things. We boiled it down to include lots of stuff though still. So launching a podcast, participating in the Howard County Pride Festival, several different events, life skills classes, open mic nights, film and theology events, and also attending some conferences as kind of like a brainstorm idea to kind of get more ideas. And so that was our plan. I mean, that's everything that was in our grant, that's what we wrote, and so that's what we were planning on doing. So by the time that January 2020 rolled around, we had participated in the Howard County Pride Festival, the very first one, and we were looking forward to the next one in summer 2020. We were hosting the financial life skills classes as kind of a first class, and then we were going to pick different topics for later on. And we had Wild Goose Festival that we were going to go to that summer in order to continue brainstorming more ideas and seeing what was popular and kind of expand our ideas, our imaginations. And so we did that, or we planned to do that. And I'm sure you guessed it by now, COVID hit. In March, COVID hit in full force. Emmanuel actually closed the week before Holy Week and moved everything online. And so while we were fortunate enough to have pretty much all the resources we needed as far as equipment and stuff was concerned, it was still a mad scramble to get everything that the church normally offered into an online only format, because we firmly believed that's what we needed to do, because by doing so we would actually uphold Wesley's rule of do no harm. And so all of a sudden our focus narrowed, right? So we were focusing now on all of our normal core ministries at the church, right? So Sunday services, Bible studies, small groups, things like that. And so what happened is it actually made us do ministry in a more isolated setting, right? All of a sudden we had to make this change to where we were now looking and doing ministry to screens and to camera lenses and things like that. So so we had this shift. So that, in context of our hub work, is actually like a change within a change, right? We had planned on trying new things and expanding our idea of what ministry looks like with the Innovation Hub. We knew we were going to be trying and doing new things. It wasn't just going to be adding more programming to what we already do, but rather it was going to be something new and new in and of itself. And so we were ready. We had all of our ideas teed up. We were ready to go big in summer 2020, and then COVID hit. So we had a change within a change. Not only were we stretching ourselves and changing our ideas of ministry with hub work, now we had to change kind of what I call our bread and butter ministries of Sunday morning Bible studies, small groups. We had to change those too. And so we had to make this shift from constantly being with people to almost doing ministry in isolation. It was all about seeing people on screens, not seeing people in person. And it was a hard shift for us to make. And it's with that shift in mind, I wanted to come to this gift. I really think we would all say ministry, whether professional or volunteer, all ministry is a form of gift giving, right? You do your work and you give it away to those that you love. All ministry is a form of gift giving. And this idea, it came to me, this metaphor for ministry, actually came to me from Rob Bell's newest book, Everything is Spiritual. And in it, Rob Bell visits this famous Catholic priest in Ireland, and they just call him Father Jack, right? So Rob goes and he visits Father Jack, and it's a real low time for Rob. He's kind of on the edge of burnout. He's wondering how long he can actually keep going in ministry, and he's not entirely sure what his next step is continuing forward. And so he talks to Father Jack, and Father Jack gives him this feedback, and he says, your only responsibility is to give the gift. That's it. You just have to give the gift. You don't have to convince anyone. You don't have to move anyone from point A to point B. You don't have to get them to like it. You don't have to get them to be your cheerleader. Your only responsibility is to give the gift and surrender the rest. Give the gift, surrender the rest. So with that idea in mind, we're used to in ministry, pre-COVID times, of giving that gift, but it's giving it to somebody and then watching them open it in front of us. It's standing at the back of the church after preaching or conducting a service on Sunday morning and getting to talk to people, to see faces in real time reacting to how things are going in the service or in the midst of an event. And so you're giving the gift to them and then watching them open it. And now with the shift to online, to Zoom world, it's almost more like you're just shipping a gift across the country to old friends that you don't really get to see anymore, and just hoping they like it. And so it's made this disconnect where we used to be about ministry to flesh and blood people there in person and incarnate and feedback in real time, to now it's about ministry through a camera lens and a screen. It's empty pews and full screens. It's now about messages and emails and Facebook and social media and Zoom calls and more Zoom calls and more. And so we're at this point where it's this complete shift where now we have to take it all on faith that there is somebody on the other side of the camera lens, like right now. And so it's been hard, right? And the thing that has helped us, the thing that's really helped me, is to come back to that idea of giving the gift and surrendering the rest. That's my only responsibility. That's all of ours. It's anybody's only responsibility in ministry in times like these. And so another part of that story, Father Jack goes on to tell Rob Bell that in order to give generously, you have to be able to receive generously. In order to give the gift that you have to give the world, that you have to give to others, you have to be able to receive from others as well. And so this time of COVID and lockdown and quarantine has been a time of learning that for us. To be frank, we took 8 months off from hub work as we learned how to redo our normal bread and butter ministries. And now we're back in it. We've launched the podcast, Commonplace Sacraments, and that's the focus of our work right now. Because with the podcast, what we do is we're seeking to find the divine in the everyday. And through interviews, guided meditations, topical talks, we seek to do that, to find the divine and learn from each other what it means to experience the divine in the everyday. And so we're doing that. That's our focus right now. And maybe it'll turn into something like we originally planned. We originally intended for it to be the spine to all of our work, the skeletal system. And maybe it'll turn into an event once COVID is over. Maybe it'll lead to a bigger following, or it'll lead to a class or a seminar. I don't know. Maybe it leads to something. And maybe it doesn't. Either way, that's okay. Because our only responsibility now is to give the gift and surrender the rest. And so that's what we're doing. Because when you do that, when you move into a model of ministry and of life, really, of giving the gift and surrendering the rest, that's a more sustainable model of ministry and of just being in the world. It's healthier. It's the way of God, really. it is what shalom looks like. And so, as we wrap up 2020 and we formally conclude our Innovation Hub work, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to those that journeyed with us, especially this year when nothing seemed normal. And I want to say an extra thanks to the staff at Wesley and everything that you did for us. Thank you to the staff. Thank you to the SRAs that resourced us and helped us and checked in on us when we went radio silent. Because all of you at Wesley, especially, taught us how to be generous with ourselves, taught us what it really looks like to receive generously, so that then we can turn around and give generously, give that gift to others. And so that's what I hope to leave you with. Wherever it is, whatever plans you did have, and now whatever plans you maybe do or don't have, whatever the old way of doing things was for you, and now as you're dreaming up new ways and practicing innovation, may you just remember your only responsibility is to give the gift and surrender the rest. Grace and peace, everyone.